Hey everyone, welcome back to OCD Recovery's YouTube channel, where today I'm going to talk about my trip back to Ultra for the ninth time. What I experienced when I travel now when things go wrong is my flight got delayed. I actually was on my plane coming home in Miami, and they had to take us off the plane because of flight problems where the shift times timed out. Then we had to get off the plane. I had to take the rail flight from Miami to Fort Lauderdale, 45 minutes. That was a whole kind of fun situation. Then I had to get a hotel that wasn't covered, and my plane didn't leave for basically 24 hours later. So I had to move all my appointments. I had like 14 appointments between Cairo and one-to-ones on Tuesday, one of my bigger corporate accounts, and I had to move all that. So it was a lot of a headache. But handled that completely fine. No problems, no anxiety, no discomfort. Just the general frustration of having to do it. Don't really do it right there in the moment. Let me just wait till I get to my hotel or wait till I'm sitting down at the terminal. Then I'll handle it. I also want to talk about the things I see when I go to music festivals nowadays. The sad reality of extreme conditional self-acceptance and the need to keep up with the Joneses or the latest fashion statements. If anyone hasn't been to Brickell or South Beach, primarily Brickell, which is across the water before you go over the bridge into South Beach and the beach areas in Miami, it's a very who's deal. There's a lot of fakeness there, a lot of rented cars, McLarens, Lambos, a lot of fake watches, APs, Rolexes, but then there's a lot of wealth there. There's an extreme amount of wealth. It's a very wealthy area. Cheapest in the SLS hotel / residence, the cheapest studio apartments they have right now, so 600 square feet. I think that's what? 60 square meters, 70 square meters is almost $4,500 a month in rent. So it's a very expensive area. I love going there. I will go every year for the rest of my life. I already have my tickets for next year. But every time I've gone back recovered, I've taken away a deep, profound experience, not just for the music, because I love the music, and I don't think most people are there for the music. Most people are there to, unfortunately, take drugs and take selfies, which is just, it's not nearly as bad as a place like Coachella. Coachella, in my opinion, is just the worst place on earth. In a music festival sense, it's totally a who's who. It's not that you don't have people who go there, but it's very much the influencer. Oh my God, I'm at Coachella. And you don't really get that in Ultra. And I've been to many other ones too, EDC New York's, Vegas's, Orlando's. And, music is a big part of my life. It was a big part of my life when I was suffering. So before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think about this video. So anytime I used to travel when I was really stuck, if what would have happened, if I was on the plane and I knew I had to come back, I had to make it back at a certain time, supposed to land at 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, on Monday night, and I had all those things on Tuesday, so I had to cancel because my flight didn't even leave till 2 p.m. on Tuesday now. And that would have drove me up the wall. I was like, crap, people are freaking out, understandably so. Are you fucking kidding me? So they had to get us off the plane. And I had to wait in this really long line with only one person working it. She was so stressed. Luckily, I was in the front of the plane, so when I got off, I only had to wait like an hour. But there was people in that line that had to wait 2, 3, 4 hours probably, and I'm not even joking. I actually waited an hour and a half, and I was pretty much in the first 20% of the line because they have to see where you want to go. They have to give you options. They have to rebook things. People are difficult. So I said, hey, what do I got to do to get home? She's like, you got to we have to take you to our sister line, the rail flight, which is I've never taken, the train from here to go to Fort Lauderdale. And then you'll have a plane that will leave tomorrow at 2 or get home at 2. I'm like, crap. Okay. So then when I got to the train station, my hotel was 2 miles away. So I just walked there on these back roads. Then I found a Cava and Kratom bar. Shout out to that bar in Deni, Florida, Deni. I talked to the owner. I also think his name was actually Rob as well. We talked for 30 minutes. It was a great time. I just drank like 5 or 6 different Cava drinks and talked to a guy next to me that went to Ultra as well. and smoked my vape, my nicotine vape before I got home. I was going to throw it out. And I'm like, no, I get one more day with it. So because when I go to Ultra, I smoke nicotine and I don't do any drugs anymore. I used to do a lot of drugs, a lot of cocaine, a lot of ecstasy and stuff like that. But I don't do any of that for years. And I didn't drink. This is the third time I went to Ultra without any alcohol. Not because I'm against alcohol. I just refuse to pay $20 for a beer. I mean, I would get Rebels, like singular sugar-free Rebels, the day clubs, and they were like $14. So like $13.87. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So it's Miami for you. You have to, it's what it is. So then I had to move everything. And I handled that pretty gracefully. Then when I got back, these are all the people I had to book in. So I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I had to message these 19 people and be like, I actually think I can throw this out now because I checked them all off. So I had to do that. Then I do all my clothes, my laundry. Then I wanted to see my wife because I hadn't seen Erica in a while. It was a hassle to say the least. But again, no problems. Handled that very well. Pure life acceptance. And again, it does not mean I was frustrated. I was frustrated. It also doesn't mean I would have handled that just as well on another day. I don't know how I would have handled that on another day. I just happened to handle it really well on that day. So, but let's talk about Ultra a little bit, the actual festival itself. Oh no, I chipped my laptop already. So, Ultra in Miami is one of the original big music festivals in America. It's been going on since '99. It was the 25th anniversary this year. Got my new wristbands on. So Erica, she's like, you are not wearing, this is one that's from last year, still on my wrist. So it's so funny. I had someone say, he's like, they're like, that's so annoying. You wore that for a year? And in my mind, I'm like, that's the least of my problems. So actually tighten this one up a little bit. And I've obviously been going so many years. You get the Ultra Passport, which is cool because I get to go in for like a side entrance, which is amazing. And saw a lot of good friends there, had a great time. But when you go to these places, you are going to be surrounded by a lot of very sad situations. The amount of people that have their lips done, and I mean extreme lips, to where it's like sticking out like this, which doesn't look good. It's just the reality. It's like, you could accept yourself while being obese, but saying obese is healthy is not true. So, and that's coming from someone that was really fat. So a lot of BBLs, Brazilian butt lifts, a lot of fake boobs, a lot of Botox, and so much makeup. And it's all good and fun, and I'm all about people wanting to express the way they want to feel, but to say that there's no cons with that is simply incorrect. There are numerous cons: extreme depression, the hamster wheel chase, a lot of anxiety when you don't look certain ways, and because this is still a very new age thing, sure, there was plastic surgery in the last 10 years, in 30 years from now, we are going to see self-harm rates and depression rates at levels that we've never seen. I don't need to even see any data on that. It's absolutely going to happen because the rates of that are going up dramatically. And it's really sad because you can still work out, look really good, and, care about yourself whilst also enjoying your time there. Another thing that was really sad to me is, of course, I use my phone when I'm there, texting people and stuff like that. And, hey, where are you? My service isn't really that good. The provider I have isn't the best in Miami. But the one thing that's really sad to me is people will just be like this the whole time. This is one of those. This is clutch, by the way. My buddy gave me this. It's one of those phone charger things. Incredible. They'll literally just be like this. And those people are not who I want to be around. I'm there for the music. I'm a shuffler. I'm a dancer. I've been shuffling for 20 years. And I don't need to take... I took 4 videos that were like 15 to 30 seconds each the entire 3 days and all the day parties I went to. Day parties and then night parties. I went to 3 night parties. 3 night parties and 2 day parties. And then all of Ultra. And I took 3 or 4 videos. I don't need to take videos. There's no need. And people say, well, it's just harmless fun. It's not true. It's just not true. You're missing out on the experience. And not about forcing the moment. You know me, I don't believe in that. Oh, the moment is so special. I don't care about the moment. But because I don't care about the moment and because I don't try to force it, I'm extremely present. I would say I'm more present than most humans because of what I've been through, and I have no desire to be present. And so that brings a level of presenteeism that most people can't get to because they're doing the wrong things. And that's a sad reality of where we live. And I had an amazing time. The food's incredible. I was talking to a buddy of mine's friend who was there, was absolutely in incredible shape. And he was saying, he's like, my friend literally only wants to do one thing: eat, train, sleep, and work. The only thing he cares about is looking good. I can relate to that. That's how I was like for a long time. But that's a pretty shit life. And you say, well, Nick, how can you judge other people's lives? Because you're doing it for control and fear. Like the amount of good food in Miami that I eat. We went to this really unique taco Mexican spot twice that had this think about a gigantic taco, but then that taco was made into almost a quesadilla. It was like a quesadilla taco combo filled with cream cheese and pico de gallo and guacamole, so fresh. I mean, you don't really get stuff like that, you know, when you're not in places like Miami. So, you know, when you travel places, the most important takeaway is just travel. Just travel and try not to have that many things planned would be my recommendation. I'm going to Costa Rica for 8 days here soon, so I actually have another big travel coming up. My wife has a big wedding that she's in, so we're going for 8 days. And I have, besides the hotel, I have nothing planned. Nothing. We're going ATV. I just don't like to live my life like that. I think it's a pretty shit way to live your life. If I was going to Italy, let's say I want to go to Italy for 3 weeks one day, something I want to do to go see my heritage, or Ireland as well, because my dad's mother was from Ireland. I don't want to plan anything. I just want to go. And I think that's just a much better way of living your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Phil@OCDrecovery.com. Hope to hear from you soon. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.